Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to go over long exposure. Last night I had the privilege of going down to the beach during the bioluminescence that's been happening here in San Diego. I was able to go down and get a few fun shots, so I'm just gonna kind of go over. Some of them were great shots, but that's the fun in photography. You can keep trying and doing new things. And let's see, so I have my Lightroom open here, and I did just a couple long exposure shots with the lights on the street and some car lights and just playing around. Long exposure is anywhere from 5 second exposure to a 30-second exposure. I think I did 5 seconds here on the street just because it was already well lit, and just moving the camera around and playing with the lights. The goal of going down to the beach was to catch the waves turning blue, and so the long exposure helps to catch that color. And I had a fun time just playing with different aspects, and I'll be posting some of these photos into the email that I send out. But long exposure really helps to illuminate any light source that there is. And so this was dark when I got to the beach. It was dark. It was already past sunset. But with the long exposure, I was able to get just a little bit of that glow from the horizon. And then I was also able to, the stars were not visible to me, but I was able to get some visibility into the photo. And then it took quite a while to catch any of the blue waves, the actual lighting up of the blue waves. I'm just gonna go through here real quick to see what I was able to, any of the blue I was able to get on camera. And because of the conditions of the beach and just the moisture, I had to be cautious of wiping the lens because there was condensation that was building onto the lens. But so some of these were a little blurry, and I did catch a little, I don't know if you can see this wave here. So that's it. It's a really neat show of light. And it wasn't every wave that was creating this blue spark effect, so I really did have to play around with how many shots I was taking. But I was happy with just the scenery itself, and just the nice glow that happened from the long exposure. Just the tail end here of this blue wave and the stars. But again, like I said, the lens kept fogging up in a way, and I just played with different angles of the setting. This is a really pretty shot of the stars and the sky, and this woman was just sitting out here already, so she was just in my shot, and she was pretty still, so she's not, with that long exposure, if there's any movement at all, that it gets picked up. And then there was, at one point, I'm trying to look for, there was an airplane that flew by. And like I said, with that movement, so there, it kind of looks like a shooting star here. So this was just an airplane flying by, and probably, I had 8 seconds. So this was at an 8-second shot right here. My f-stop was at a 6.3, and my ISO was at a 1250. So if this is something that you kind of want to recreate, go out there and play around with, those are just my settings on my camera. 8 seconds, f-stop was 6.3, and my ISO was at 1250 for these particular shots. And there's that airplane again, just coming by. And I did use a tripod. I had my camera set up on a tripod, so I just I set my settings on the manual mode, and camera was already set up on the tripod, and I clicked the button and stepped back. It for the most minimal movement. If you have a remote on your camera, I suggest using the remote just to get the most success out of that long exposure. It's a tricky little concept, but like I tried in the beginning and just playing with the street lights. If you have like sparklers or glow sticks, it's really fun to have somebody else moving an object, and you can get a nice effect that way as well. So I don't know if I didn't go late enough at night, so it was not dark enough, but I just wasn't getting too much of the bioluminescence last night. I mean, when I did see it, it was really neat. I did catch it on quite a few photos, but I don't know if it's been in San Diego maybe 2 weeks now, and maybe it's getting ready to migrate, move along. But I definitely was happy to go out and capture. So here's a close wave, and just neat, this blue neon light that happens, just a natural thing that happens. But I'm going to edit a few of these images, throw in the email there, and I hope that you guys can play around with some long exposure. Like I said, flashlight, glow sticks, any sort of light source in a dark area, and can capture that. So take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon.